So here I am with Giancarlo, and Giancarlo did not work on a lab per se for Chichi9. Giancarlo was working on updating RARS and trying to bring something completely new to Chichi9. So tell us about that, Giancarlo.
Yeah, so I've spent pretty much the whole summer working on RARS, and for those of you who don't know, because it'd probably be your first time interacting with RARS, it's the RISC-V assembly and runtime simulator. So it's a tool that you're going to be using a lot throughout the class for pretty much all the labs and even some of the in-class exercises. And what it essentially lets you do is, as the name implies, it lets you assemble and run your RISC-V assembly code. And so what we did for the past 4 months is we have turned it from a single-threaded application to a multi-threaded application for the end user. So that means that when you write your code, you can write it to be multi-threaded, not just single-threaded.
So what that means is that you can simulate multiple RISC processors operating in coordination and synchronizing with each other. However, we're not gonna bring that new version of RARS for the entire course, just in case there are still some bugs or some problems, right? So what we decided to do, we're gonna bring the standard RARS for the course for all other assignments, and then there will be one assignment on synchronization that will come probably late October or November, where we're gonna use the nice work that Siva and Giancarlo have done. So Giancarlo, students are about to come to Chichi9 in 2 weeks. And what would you recommend if they want to start even ahead of the first day of class to get set up to, for example, using RARS and such?
Yeah, so if you want to get set up with RARS, what I would do is go through the installation itself. It is a Java application, so the installation should be very straightforward as long as you have the jar file. Once you get comfortable with opening it and such, I would just go open one of the example files and see if we can run it and such. But what I would focus more is on maybe on some of the other concepts that you use throughout the class, such as binary representation, because it will happen. It will be something that you'll sometimes use in the RARS simulator, but it's also something you'll have to do for your exams. You have to do for the homework. It's pretty fundamental, and that's when you can do even on paper. So that's one thing I would do to get prepared in advance.
Yeah, but in my experience, just students just downloading and installing RARS, following the instructions that are in the web page before the first day of class can be very helpful, because if you have problems with your system or your computer or something, you find out that you have those problems before the first day of class. So Giancarlo, reflecting on your own experience with Chichi9, and you have been a TA for Chichi9 in the winter term as well, right? How do you think that Chichi9 differentiates itself from the other second-year courses that the students are coming in?
Well, it's definitely new. It's very different, almost like 272, where it's a new concept, and so it has a bit of a higher learning curve in the beginning, because it's a lot of new things that you have to learn. So what I would say is very much listen to the lectures, do the homework, and then anytime you don't understand something, really ask questions. And that's pretty much the best way to do the class. And if you get your lab assignment back and you didn't do so well, talk to one of the TAs to go over your solution, see where you went wrong.
Yeah, and I must say that this work that Giancarlo has been doing this summer for RISC-V, for RARS, is a very innovative work. We are the first ones to be doing the multi-threaded RARS. It doesn't exist anywhere else. So if we get it working and we get integrated into the course, we'll sure be doing some great innovation here at the U of A. So thank you, Giancarlo.